Your forecast first with Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman, sponsored by Bob Mills Furniture.
Storms tonight are quickly racing to the east, capable of isolated tornadoes and damaging winds. Even large hail is on the table. Look at how these storms have developed and clustered together. They have congealed into that line and still capable of producing some of those isolated tornadoes. And it will continue through the overnight. This is the reason why a tornado watch has now been extended into central Kansas. Hays, Great Bend, Pratt, even the city of Wichita will stay under this tornado watch until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So please make sure while you're sleeping tonight that you have multiple ways to get warnings. Keep that phone on. Do not put it on vibrate. Do not turn it off for those weather emergency activated alerts. Cool and crisp, but at least by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, this system's out of here. It'll be a pleasant afternoon, but we have to get through the next several hours first. We will take a look at these storms as they work across the state hour by hour in your StormTracker 3 forecast. Your news starts now.
This is KSN News 3 at 10.
Severe weather rumbling across Kansas right now. This is a live look from our Garden City Skycam. We have team coverage bringing you the latest on the storms. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Emily Younger.
And I'm Jeff Hearn. Those strong storms sweeping across the KSN viewing area tonight. Let's get right back to Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman. Lisa.
And you say sweeping. They are literally tracking to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. So they are racing across the state. Storms across northwest Kansas and southwest Nebraska, not nearly as intense as they were earlier on. The main focus is actually across portions of southwestern Kansas. Look at this notch just to the south of Cimarron and now to the east-northeast of the Montezuma area, just to the west of Ensign. Definitely going to be seeing some strong winds. This is the reason why you folks are under a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. The winds to the back of this have definitely calmed down. Leading Edge moments ago reporting winds anywhere from about 50 to as much as 60 miles per hour. Could also see some of those strong winds just to the south-southwest of the Montezuma area. That's going to curve back toward Plains. Next stop for these storms will be Dodge City, Fowler, over toward the Meade area. And then as we go looking at some of these winds here just to the southwest of Montezuma, 72, even upwards of 80 mile per hour winds. That is definitely going to cause some damage. As you can see here, we also have a tornado warning in progress. Seems like Beaver and also Texas counties in Oklahoma just keep getting hit with one tornado warning after another. And we did have a confirmed tornado just to the west of the Hooker area earlier this evening. And that's not the only tornado that we've had. We had another one that was reported not too far away from Copeland, and also another one doing damage in Sharon Springs. But now the tornado warning until 10:15 will be for Beaver County. Still seeing some indications of a little bit of rotation here. Not nearly as impressive as it was earlier. Farther to the north, Dighton, Ness City also ran some rains coming your way, but this is not severe. Staying below severe thresholds over toward Quinter. Might even see some stronger winds approaching the Hill City area. Also now to the east of Oberlin on its way over toward Norton, and also some additional rain showers back to the northwest. So here it is, the new tornado watch right here, highlighted in yellow, anywhere from Saline County. It includes the cities of Hutchinson, Wichita, on down toward Wellington, Medicine Lodge, Pratt, Great Bend, and Hays. We have seen these quick spin-up tornadoes so far this evening, and that is going to be something that we'll monitor closely as we go through the overnight. I want to bring in meteorologist Erika Paige. She is not too far away from the Cimarron area in StormTracker 3. Erika, give us an update.
Yeah, Lisa, we are continuing to work our way off towards the east. We want to get ourselves in a better position, and it is certainly raining pretty heavy here across the region. Again, this storm has been strong. It's producing a prolific amount of lightning, and as we noted earlier, this was the storm that originally had that confirmed tornado near the Copeland area. The rotation in this storm has weakened significantly, so we are going to continue to work our way east on Highway 400 and get ourselves closer to Dodge City to put ourselves out ahead of these storms once again. But you can see these are not storms that you're going to want to be in for too long, because visibility is certainly reduced. Out ahead of this line, we had a lot of blowing dust that was also causing some reduction in visibility. And again, there's a prolific amount of lightning. Not to mention, in these short bursts, as these storms continue to roll through, the roads, they are going to become a little bit more moisture laden as well. And so it is going to make travel just a little bit trickier here across the region. So we're going to send things back to you in studio as we continue to work our way to the east. Lisa.
And Erika, we can definitely hear just how noisy it is with this storm that's moving through. So we're going to let you get ahead of that line because it is definitely catching up with you rather quickly. So again, here is where Erika is, and you can see that line starting to catch up to her where it is severe. For the rest of tonight, isolated tornadoes, those are still possible in addition to to high winds and large hail. Flooding threat will be isolated, but it still cannot be ruled out. We'll continue to monitor conditions. Back over to you.
All right, Lisa, thank you. I want to give you a look now at some of the damage reports coming into the KSN newsroom. This from across the state. We're told a tornado near Sharon Springs knocked over some power lines there, damaged a golf course. In Sherman County, reports of car windows smashed out in the Goodland area and some small trees uprooted there. No word of any injuries at this time.
A Valley Center Public School says its transportation facility was hit by lightning tonight. That facility coordinates the district's buses. This is not expected to impact bus routes in the morning, but it will impact its phone line. And of course, you can stay weather aware around the clock by scanning the QR code you see there on your screen. That downloads the free StormTrack 3 weather app. It gives you up-to-date radar and customized weather alerts directly to your phone. All right, we will bring this positive connection story to you in just a moment, but I want to toss it over to Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman. Lisa, you are tracking what I believe to be is a tornado warning, correct?
Yes, right now, let's go ahead and go and bring in meteorologist Erika Paige. She is in StormTracker 3. And Erika, give us your location. You have a report of a tornado on the ground.
Hi, Lisa. Give us 1 second here. We're trying to find a way where we can pull off. I think there's a road right up here. I was looking just to my south, and this is where we started to notice, because we can see the cloud bases very clearly. We're just right ahead of the precipitation. And once we get into position, I'm going to turn this around. It looks like we may have had a confirmed cone tornado just to our south. The condensation funnel was about 3/4 of the way down, which at this distance would kind of lead us to believe that we may have something. So if we can turn the car just a little bit to the right. And it's going to be hard to see, folks. This is the hardest thing, but there it is. If you look directly in front of us, once we get some flashes of lightning, this is where we were noticing, if you can see it right there, it's basically right in front of us. This is where it looks like we have a confirmed cone tornado. It is on the ground at this time based off of our interpretation. Again, remember, when we're talking about this, especially at night, if we see that condensation funnel about 3/4 of the way to the ground, at that point, we can pretty much almost assume that this is likely touching the ground. We are on Highway 400. We were just moving to the east of the Cimarron area. Again, I believe we are within that tornado warned box, so we will probably need to move here shortly.
Erika, yes,
but it is just to our south.
Erika, I need you to move right now because it is coming right in your direction.
Yep.
All right, let's come back to the wall control room. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and let her reposition things just a little bit, and we're going to take a look at where she is in location to where this tornado is. We also have meteorologist Warren Sears, who is on the controls here. Just to get your bearings, here's Dodge City. Here's StormTracker 3. We're going to have Erika move to the east so that way she can get out of the path of this confirmed tornado. Here's Cimarron. There's Ensign. So this is going to be literally just to the southwest of her. Let's go ahead and put on velocity, Warren, and let's take a look. So we're going to be right in about here. This is where we've had that tornado warning that we've been talking about for Gray County that stays in effect until 10:15. And I hope the folks at the Dodge City National Weather Service office were watching our feed moments ago, and I hope that they are going to extend this tornado warning for portions of eastern, central and also eastern Ford County, seeing as we have had a confirmed tornado out of this. All right, Dodge City National Weather Service just issued, they are saying radar indicated, but everything that we just saw with StormTracker 3 and Erika out there, we have a confirmed tornado in Ford County. This tornado warning is going to stay in effect until 10:45 for this evening, so that's going to put us in about 30 more minutes with this tornado, this storm. Definitely capable of keeping this tornado going as it moves to the east at about 40 miles per hour. So this is the reason why we need Erika and StormTracker 3 to keep going into Dodge. Let's go ahead and see, do we have we reestablished connection with Erika? Control room. Erika. Erika, go.
Yes, Lisa, we are here. Yes, Lisa, we are here. Sorry, we're kind of moving around a lot here. We're just going to continue to move east. We're obviously not going to stop, but it does look like that lowering is still behind us as we continue to work our way eastward. So the winds have really started to pick up here, so we are really just concentrating on trying to get to a very safe spot. We're going to have to send it back to studio.
All right, Erika, please be safe out there. We're going to continue to get back into contact with you. So here is the new tornado warning until 10:45 for this evening for Ford County. And this does include Dodge City over to the east. It also includes Wright at this time. It does not include Spearville. But where that tornado has been reported by Meteorologist Erika Paige and StormTracker 3 is going to be just to the west and also to the southwest of her. Warren has put a storm track on this. The storm movement, Warren? What's the storm movement on it?
We were going at...
East at about 40?
40, yep.
East at 40. So this is going to put it into Dodge City in 10 minutes, also Wright in 23 minutes. We're going to continue to stay on air with you. We'll continue to check back with Erika as she gets into a better position and gets out ahead of this tornado. So those of you that are in the path of this, which would include Dodge and also Wright, I need you folks to take your safe places because this is actually a large tornado from what we have seen here. And what Warren's going to do is he's going to circle where some of the circulation is. And also, if we could get a little bit tighter in here, Warren, we're going to take a look at some of those roadways where this is. And where Erika is, she is on Highway 50, so she's trying to run to the east of this to get out ahead of it. And let's go ahead and put on our correlation coefficient. I want to see if we've seen any debris that has been lofted. Yes, right there. And you can see it right here. So there's StormTracker. But right here, so this is going to be, that is Beeson Road and also just to the east of 101st Road. And we just lost it. Looks like we now have it to the north of Highway 400 for debris right in here. There's Highway 400, some of the other roads. Those of you that may live in the path of this, looks like it is going to be going maybe a little bit more to the northeast as opposed to the east. Let's go ahead and zoom things out, Warren, and let's go ahead and take a look at the last 15 minutes. I'm going to put a loop on this for the last 15 minutes. And boy, you can really see it tightening up right in here. Look right there. That is exactly what Erika was able to capture on StormTracker 3. I am watching her feed off to the side. If we could take a look at that. And let's go ahead and bring it up. We're not necessarily going to reestablish contact with Erika at this time, but I just want you guys to see what she is trying to get out of because these storms are moving so quickly to the east, northeast at about 50, 55 miles per hour. And we're still showing really good signs of some rotation. Let's go ahead and go back to StormTracker 3. Or StormTracker rather, and this is going to be where that rotation is right here. Looks like it is now just to the north of the highway right there. Warren.
Yeah, I was looking to see if we had anything on our Skyview camera here.
Okay, let's go ahead and go over to...
Yeah, I think if we look over at our Skyview camera here, we're looking directly west, but I'm not seeing anything right now. The lightning flashes definitely help, but it is obviously dark, so we are having a little bit of trouble seeing anything out there at the moment. But I am seeing a good sign of this rotation still here on our StormTracker radar. Yeah, here's a look at our Dodge City camera. And Lisa, we'll take a look. This should be looking directly west, but I don't see anything just yet. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. That should be looking just west, a little bit northwest.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and go back over to StormTracker radar and looking at that rotation. Let's go ahead and put the last 15 minutes on it and bring it up to the current time here. We have a tornado warning that is in effect for Ford County. It includes Dodge City and also Wright. And it looks like that rotation is going to be just to the northwest of the Dodge City area as it is lifting to the northeast right here. So again, we do have the tornado warning in effect until 10:45 for this evening. Are we able to reestablish contact with Erika? Control room.
Yeah.
Okay, Erika, please give us the latest.
Yes. So we just turned on to Highway 50. We were trying to get into Dodge City, honestly, as quickly as we can, given the situation. I mean, you're looking at StormTracker's view, and we do not have a lot of visibility. But when we did roll down the windows just to get a little bit of a better visual briefly, we could hear the sirens sounding here just to the west of Dodge. It sounds like we are getting a little bit of hail as we're continuing to try and work our way to the east. So again, we're working our way as quickly as we can, but these conditions are definitely something you do not want to be stuck out in. Folks need to be taking this warning seriously. Another point here too. Yes, we could hear the sirens because we rolled those windows down, but sirens are not meant to be heard when you're indoors at night. That is what your phone is for, and that is really what listening to KSN and really understanding and watching where the radar is and what's going on. So we're going to send things back into studio here real quick while we continue to maneuver things and try and get safely into Dodge City. Lisa?
All right, we'll continue to check in with you. I noticed somebody was pulling over to the side of the road. Remember, you don't want to pull over on the shoulder when you have heavy rain that's coming through like this. You definitely want to get into a parking lot or something like that because visibility, as you saw with StormTracker 3 and meteorologist Erika Paige, is greatly reduced. Warren has circled here. We're still seeing some indications of rotation here. This was the confirmed tornado that we saw with StormTracker 3 a few moments ago. This is now looking like it is going to be shifting just to the northwest of the Dodge City area, which is some good news here. But that tornado warning will stay in progress for Ford County until 10:45 for this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other storms. I don't want to get away from this storm completely just yet, but I know we have a lot of other storms that are ongoing across western Kansas that will be moving into central Kansas for the rest of tonight. And what you saw how quickly that tornado was able to form just to the west of where Erika is at this time. And that's the type of environment that we are in with these storms. And you can see this line. This is what we call a squall line, or where you have individual storms that are all lined up like the carts of a train. And you get damaging winds. Those winds can be in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour. But also you can get these short-lived or brief, fairly weak tornadoes that will develop on the leading edge of this. And that's what Erika was able to notice here, just to the west of her position and also to the west of the Dodge City area a few moments ago. Do we have Erika back? Okay, looks like she may be getting back in a position. Let's toss things back over to meteorologist Erika Paige.
Hi, Lisa. Yeah, so we are continuing to work our way on Highway 50, trying to get out of this rain as quickly as possible. But again, with visibility being so reduced, it is slowing down traffic here across the region. I'm going to take you forward so you can see what we're talking about. Folks, if you do not have to be out on the road tonight is not the night to do so. These storms are going to be powerful, even though we are past sunset. We have a lot of dynamics in the upper levels of our atmosphere, which are helping to keep these storms strong to severe. We've got a lot of strong winds. We have a lot of turning of the winds. When we were in Cimarron, I want to say, what was it, maybe 20-ish minutes ago or so, we were seeing winds out of the southeast. So when you have those winds out of the southeast and then eventually turning more southerly and then eventually westerly in the upper levels of the atmosphere, that's what's allowing us to get enough spin, and especially considering the dew points have started to surge back in again as well, and that's allowing these storms to become briefly surface-based on those very leading edges and really allowing us to see those brief spin-up tornadoes. So that is going to be the theme for tonight. The farther south you are, the more moisture you have available to us, and you can really see that with how heavy the rain is continuing to fall here as we're just starting to work our way closer to the northwestern side of Dodge City. So we're going to send things back into you so we can continue to put ourselves in a little bit of a better position here. Lisa.
All right, thank you, Erika. And she is also with Scott Dietz. You folks be safe. We also have a few additional storm trackers that are out in southwest Kansas monitoring conditions. I do want to go through a little bit, and we will touch back on that storm. Looks like it may be wrapped in rain, but those folks that are farther to the east of this definitely need to be on guard tonight, as the tornado threat is going to continue well past the midnight hour. This is why the Storm Prediction Center has issued a tornado watch until 5 o'clock in the morning. Here's where the action is currently happening. It is over toward Dodge City. Next stop, Hayes, Great Bend, Pratt, Medicine Lodge. And then as we get closer to the 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning time frame, that's going to put these storms a little bit farther to the east. And it does look like the threat is going to continue just because of all the elements of just how strong this storm system is. The activity across northwest Kansas, southwest Nebraska, that is below severe thresholds, but you may still get some strong winds between 40 and 50 miles per hour. We've had some pretty strong winds out ahead of this system just for starters, and that also goes to show why these storms are going to be so fierce for tonight. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here. This is where we do have that tornado warning that is still in effect. This is going to last for 4 Ward County, Dodge City, and also Wright. This stays in effect until 10:45, but we also have additional counties and cities that are under severe thunderstorm warnings. Those will stay in effect until about 11 o'clock tonight. Here's Dodge City. This is actually looking at an x-ray of the storm, and this is where we easily still have some of that rotation. Looks like it is lifting to the north of Dodge City, so that is some good news. But I would still like the folks from Dodge City over toward Wright. You're still under this tornado warning to make sure that you are using your safe precautions. Whether you're in a basement, you're putting as many walls between you and the outside storm as possible. As we get closer to the Ensign area and points to the south, this is where you could have some winds that are gusting up to 70 miles per hour. Our shear rate product still indicating where we have some great shear here just to the northwest of the Dodge City area. Farther to the north, Jetmore, we have some storms that are rather strong coming in from the west here for you. Also some gusty winds toward Nest City. Additional severe weather. These winds could also be approaching 60 miles per hour as they also track to the east-northeast. You can see here with our shear rate product, when you see the curvature like this, that is going to be those winds that will be straight line damaging winds. Farther to the south, expecting more damaging winds approaching the Mineola area, also Meade at this time, and across the state line over toward Beaver. Oh, look at those winds here just to the west of the Meade area. That will be in the neighborhood of 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, if not stronger than that. That is converging on the town of Meade as we speak. Down toward Beaver and also Forgan, we have some other stronger winds here. Good news is that the tornado warning that was previously in effect for this part of our viewing area in Beaver County, Oklahoma, has now since lifted. Farther to the north, Hill City, Norton, some gusty winds here, but nothing that I'm anticipating to become severe at this time. And it looks like we just lost our Dodge City Skyview camera, so we're going to look to see if we can reestablish connection with that. But potentially, because of strong winds moving through, we may have lost connection with that at this time. As we get deeper into the night, those storms will move into central Kansas and then eventually the eastern portions of the state. By about dawn tomorrow, these storms will be out of here, and we're going to be on the backside of this system with winds coming in from the north-northwest. Skies will clear, but that front is not going to move away from us completely. It will be hovering nearby going into Thursday, and this will help to produce a few more showers from south central into southeastern Kansas. And our winds today, definitely a sign of the changing times as this potent storm system moves through Kansas. Our winds are sustained above 30 miles per hour, a sustained wind speed in Dodge City of 34. We may have a higher gust here just because of the severe weather that is moving through that area now. Also dew points. This is one thing that we've been watching rather closely today. Because of those winds picking up from the south-southeast, it has brought a tremendous amount of moisture in, and this is the reason why southwestern Kansas needs to be monitored the most when it does come to the isolated tornado threat for the next couple of hours before it shifts over toward the east. Current temperatures behind the front were in the 50s. We have mid to upper 60s, if not the lower 70s out ahead of it, which is going to be a big change across the state for tonight. As we dip to 38 in Goodland, 57 will be the overnight low here in Wichita, with winds out of the southeast to the south at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Look at the next 7 days. It's going to be much quieter tomorrow. Thursday, 75, 67 on Friday. Temperatures over the weekend with mostly sunny skies into the 70s with overnight lows in the 40s. In north central Kansas, highs tomorrow, lower 70s. We'll maintain those lower 70s into Thursday. Middle 60s on Friday, 70s over the weekend. Friday night dipping into the 30s. Some portions of the state may encounter some frost as this system leaves us. 70 degrees on Wednesday, upper 60s on Thursday, 65 on Friday with the lower to middle 70s this weekend. Northwest Kansas, upper 60s for your Wednesday, 60s by Friday. Staying dry after tonight. Looking ahead to a beautiful and comfortable weekend with some chilly overnights. We'll keep it here. We will be back. We're going to gather a little bit more information and bring you another update after this.
Send your news tips, weather photos, sports highlights, and more to Connect 3 now. Go to KSN.com to connect with KSN or download the KSN News 3 mobile app.
Bringing it back to the weather ongoing across southwest Kansas. Tornado warning still in effect until 10:45, which does include Ford County and the city of Dodge City. This is tracking to the east-northeast. These storms are definitely ripping it across the state, and they are moving at about 45 to as much as 55 miles per hour, cutting a path. Not only the threat for isolated tornadoes, but also damaging winds from 60 to 70 miles per hour, if not stronger than that. Here is where StormTracker 3 is now, and you can see some of the rotation. Looks like it's now starting to shift to the north of the polygon, where that tornado warning is in effect until 10:45. Let's bring back meteorologist Erika Paige for an update. Erika.
Lisa, we're going to stay on Highway 50 as we head to Spearville. We're about 6.5 miles just to the west, and again, we're starting to finally push our way out ahead of the precipitation, which is in a better position for us, and we are starting to kind of keep an eye on that circulation. Again, you had just said the circulation was just to the north of us, and that is where we're going to keep an eye on it as we stay south of this system. Lisa?
All right, she's definitely in a better position than she was a few moments ago, capturing the tornado just to the west of the Dodge City area. We have additional storms that will continue to move into central Kansas for the remainder of the night. There's some of those stronger winds now to the north of Wright. Not seeing nearly the couplet on Doppler radar that we did earlier when we saw that tornado that Erika was able to capture in StormTracker 3, but storms will continue to slide eastward. Make sure you stay weather aware tonight. Have multiple ways to get warnings. Keep that phone on. Don't turn it off. Don't put it on vibrate. Make sure that you have warnings selected, and if you have not done so already, please download the KSN StormTrack 3 weather app. Erika, Warren, and I will continue to keep you updated overnight, along with Ronell when he comes in for Kansas Today here in a few hours. Make sure you stay with us.
Weather is sponsored by Nextech, Community Bank, Children's Mercy Wichita, BTI, Hutchinson Community College, Lewis Automotive, Nextech Wireless, Robinson Furniture, Hoxie Implement, Wichita Metro Toyota Dealers, Kansas Land Tire and Service. Portions of this program were sponsored by Subaru of Wichita, American Family Insurance.
Watch meteorologist Erika Paige with your certified most accurate forecast in Kansas 3 years in a row. Trust KSN StormTrack 3 on air, online, and on the go.